Okay, so here's a list of ingredients. It's 2.5 cups of rolled oats, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon baking powder, 1 teaspoon baking soda, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of butter at room temperature, 1 cup white sugar, 1 cup brown sugar packed, 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, 12 ounces milk chocolate chips or something else that's chocolate and yummy. This one has crispy M&Ms. And then 4 ounces of milk chocolate, either shaved or chopped. And then you can also add nuts if you want. I've also made these cookies with coconut in them before. Super good. But pretty much you can just put something super yummy and chocolatey, and then you can pretty much put it in any other yummy, sweet thing. And they end up tasting really good. Okay, today I will be showing you how to make Allie's fabulous, delicious cookies. They're actually based off a recipe that my dad found on the internet a couple years ago. They're called Neiman Marcus 250 grand cookies, and it was because some lady bought a cookie dough recipe from Neiman Marcus and was like, and when the chef was like, she's like, hey, can I buy this recipe? I really like it. The chef said, yeah, I'll give it for you for $2.50. And she's like, okay. And then when she saw her bill, it was 250 grand instead of $2.50 like she thought it would be. That's kind of the origin of the story, apparently. I've kind of made them my own. We've kind of adapted them to the Jones family taste. We use dark brown sugar instead of regular brown sugar. We use a little bit more chocolate, and I swap out the chocolate chips for M&Ms sometimes because M&Ms and cookies are really good. That's about it. Other than that, it's pretty identical to the original recipe, but they're by far my favorite cookies, and they don't take very long to make. So, okay, first step to making cookies is preheating your oven and like either putting down parchment paper or greasing the pan so you can put the cookies on right when you're done. For this recipe, you heat the oven to 375, so I'm going to do that real quick. Okay, my oven is heating to 375. We pull out a cookie sheet. In this family, we use parchment paper. If I can remember where we put it. Okay, parchment paper. Rip a chunk out. Kind of eyeball it. Stick it on there, call it good. Okay, set that aside. That usually holds about 12 cookies, and a single batch makes about 24. So I'm going to need 2 of those, but unfortunately I do not have 2 cookie sheets, so this is going to be interesting. Okay, next step is to blend your oats in a food processor. I've just got this little baby one. What you do is you measure out the 2.5 cups that the recipe calls for, and grind that up in the mixer real quick, and then you throw that in a bowl to be mixed with the flour and the other dry ingredients in like 2 minutes. Okay, so what I usually do is I pull out a bowl to put the oats in after they've been blended, and I usually just do about a cup at a time. That's usually what ends up working okay, because if you put too much in there, it doesn't grind it up super well. If you put in too little, it's like too powdery, and then it's not good. So do about a cup at a time and grind it till it looks not like powder, not like flour. You're not making oat flour, but like small chunks. You just kind of go back and forth between chop and grind until it looks kind of like that. Okay, and then you do that until you have your 2.5 cups of blended, I don't know, ground oats, whatever you want to call them, until you have all your oats ground, basically. Okay, so the next thing we do is we grab the flour. We measure out our 2 cups of flour. There isn't quite as much flour as there is oats. Oats is to give the cookie bulk, and the flour is just to, fill holes. So this is a 1/2 cup measuring cup that I'm using. So you just need 4, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then there's the 2 cups of flour. Then after the flour, we need the rest of the dry ingredients, so the baking powder and the baking soda and the salt. Salt, easy enough. Do a little on your hand, just till it feels about a dime size. Just throw it in there, call it good. And then we need a teaspoon of baking powder and of baking soda. Here's our teaspoon. Get it nice and flat. Dump it in there. Baking powder's done. And then, haha, look at this. I'm gonna open the baking soda. You ready? Oh, that was not fun to watch. That was lame. Usually it's fun to open them, and they've got the weird metal seal that makes it fun. Alright, well, I guess that was a lame attempt at looking cool. Anyway, there's your baking soda. And then that's it for dry ingredients. You gotta put in this bowl. You grab a whisk. If you have a sifter, you can do that. I have a sifter. I just don't want to get it because it's kind of a mess. So all you gotta do, just kind of gotta stick your whisk in there and kind of mix the salt in, mix the flour in. Make sure everything's mixed together, because if you get a clump of baking soda in your cookies, let me tell you, it's not very delicious. Okay, and once that's all blended together, put your whisk down, set this aside. I'm just gonna leave it there. And then your next step is the butter and sugar. And personally, this is my favorite part because butter and sugar together just taste so good by themselves, and I'm pretty sure this is why never mind, we're not gonna talk about that. Anyway, grab your beautiful stand mixer. This is my mother's KitchenAid. She's had it for a very long time. It's her baby. I'm supposed to be nice to it. Unwrap your butter. It's 2 sticks of butter, so it's a cup of butter. And you have to soften it a little bit. Usually what I do is I just stick them both in the microwave and just nuke them for 5 seconds at a time, and then just flip them. And that usually gets it for about 20-25 seconds. That usually gets it where it needs to be. Since it was cold today, I did about 40 seconds. Just get your sticks of butter in there. Don't worry, my hands are clean. I washed them before I did this. This is what spatulas are for. Or flour knives. Here we go. Anyway, okay. Stick all your butter in there. And and you grab your sugar, your 2 types. I've already measured mine. It is a cup of white sugar and a cup of brown sugar. 2 beautiful brown sugar mounds, as you can see, and a nice white sugar mound. You just kind of slip it in there. Put your bowl in the sink. Put your KitchenAid down. Lock it. And then I just turn it on like the first speed just to get it going. If you do it any faster than that, you get flying brown sugar. Let me tell you, it's not a pretty sight. Turn it off. Yeah, see? Flying brown sugar. What did I just say? I love when all the butter gets stuck in the thing. Anyway, you just kind of got to squish it out if that happens. Usually it does. Whisk likes to stick to sticky things, and the butter is in fact sticky. Okay, and then you just kind of stick it in there with the rest of your sugar. Sometimes you just got to give it a minute. Eventually, it starts to mix together. Makes a really nice paste in the bottom. That's when you know you've done it right. And since we use dark brown sugar in this house, it's a nice, beautiful, dirty snow color, I'd say. Usually turn it up after a minute once it's kind of gotten combined together. Then it usually creams it out and makes it really nice for the cookies. So it ends up looking like that.